Hello and welcome to Goddess Áine Reminds Us Who We Truly Are, a conversation on the Aquarian Renaissance Indigenous Revival Summit. I'm your host, Keegan, and I have the amazing pleasure to be speaking with Eimear Stassen today. Welcome, Eimear.
Oh, hi, Keegan. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you for being here. I'll just share about your background so people know who you are. In Irish mythology, Eimear is said to possess the six gifts of womanhood, something Eimear Stassen is rediscovering within herself. After graduating with a Master in Economics and a Bachelor of Commerce degree from University College Dublin, she enjoyed a 20-year career in corporate financial services. In 2004, she took an internal career change in corporate training, a move which planted the seeds for her future entrepreneurial calling. At the time of Bealtaine, which I only recently learned is the proper pronunciation for Beltane, which is how a lot of people from where I'm from say it. Um, in 2017, Bealtaine, she finally listened to the tug of her soul and the whispers of the witches to seek nourishment and expansion out beyond corporate and dove headfirst into entrepreneurship. Eimear's mission is to walk the sacred lands to which she feels called, to activate the true stories rooted in the landscape, and to share these stories. She invites people to journey deep into their inner landscape, to remember the story of their precious soul. In shining her divine light, Eimear supports others to return home to the truth of who they are. She holds the torch for divine peace, equilibrium, and harmony to reign as our ancient gifts come back online. In 2024, she founded the Irish Wisdom School, a space where the voice of Ireland can be shared now. Eimear is from Dublin, Ireland, and lives in Falkirk, Scotland, with her husband, three children, and border collie called Riley. Beautiful, beautiful story. And so, yeah, who is Goddess Áine?
Oh, and thank you for that gorgeous introduction. It is beautiful when it's like a third person hearing yourself, witnessing yourself from another aspect. And Anya is very much, she called me home to Ireland. So I've lived in Scotland for since the year 2000. Actually, after traveling the world for a year, I was called to Scotland. And this is my home. So I've been here in Scotland for 25 years, and Ireland is my home, So it's where my roots are, deep roots are. And in recent years, I've been called back home to Ireland more and more to the land, just like you were reading in my bio, to walk the land, to be on the land, to commune with her as this living divine being of Eru, which is her Irish name. She's named after the goddess Eru, and to really connect with what what does she want from us, if anything, right now, and how can we support this rising into the Aquarian age, what your event is all about, this renaissance. I love that of what you've called this. So as I was deepening into my remembrance of Ireland, of who I am, and this connection to the deep roots of the land, I was started reconnecting to the goddesses in particular of Ireland and the Irish wisdom wheel. So Anya was one that called me back to her land, and she is the triple goddess. She is the fairy queen, the maiden, and the mermaid. And what's the mermaid connection with Ireland? Oh, there's so much mystery that envelops her. And her place on the Irish wisdom wheel is summer. So it's the time of summer solstice. So Anya is the Irish for Anne or Anna. And she is the bright, shining, illuminated one. And when I connect with her, or even talking about her, I feel so much delight and joy, and there's movement and dancing and fun and laughter. And so for me, Anya invites us all to connect with her energy, to say her name, to remember who she is through you, how she wants to express herself through you. and to remember that joy and that fun and that laughter of how we once communed on the land, engaged in ceremony, and lived in joy. And with everything that's going on in the world, I feel her presence rising even more strongly now to remind us of that. Yes, this is our world right now. And remember why you're here, remember who you are. And there's the mythology around Áine of how she would ride her red mare around the lands of Eru and the particular places where she is connected to. And yeah, I can go into more of that, I think, as well as we go on. But ultimately, her essence, her frequency for me is the joy, the love, the laughter, and the sovereignty.
Wow, beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know so she's shape shifting. She's taking different forms, and one of them is the mermaid.
Yeah.
And so interesting.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when you say on also, uh, so you say that's like the English version of her name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
And
for me, I have an association between on and bridge. Uh, because I learned that like on as in Anunnaki, which I was speaking to somebody on another interview about recently, is meaning bridge. Uh,
that's so beautiful because she is one of the Tuatha Danann, the shining ones. And some say the root of that is Danu. There's a goddess Danu or D apostrophe Anu. So that potential link to the Anunnaki.
mm,
And it means that Tuha is tribe. So it means the tribe of the gods or the shining ones, the fairies, the she.
mm, wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to just share kind of more about them in general
Yeah.
for us that may not know so much about the lore?
Yes, yeah. So in Ireland, the mythology, it was an oral lore as it has been and is in many indigenous wisdom traditions. So the mythologies and the stories, they were passed on through the ancient storyteller or the Shanachie, as it is in Irish. And this was really important to preserve not just the wisdom of the family line, but also to preserve and keep alive the wisdom of the land. So the oral lore was very much connected to different geographical locations on the island of Ireland, in this case, in particular. And many people and tribes came to Ireland over the eons. So the Tuatha Dé Danann were one of the tribes that came to Ireland to inhabit Ireland for a length of time. And when they came, it is said that they came. So we know this from what has been written down when the Christian monks eventually scribed and wrote down the mythology that had been the oral lore. And what has been written and scripted is that the Tuatha Dé Danann, these mystical shining ones, came to Ireland in an obscure mist. And in some references, they came in boats, in sea boats. And when they came to Ireland and inhabited Ireland, they were here for many, many years. And there are so many gods and goddesses that are associated with the Tuatha De Danann. One of the main ones we were talking before coming online about New Grange, she on Vrú in the Brú complex. And Dagda is the sun god of the Tuatha De Danann. And so there's so many different deities. And as I mentioned, the Irish wisdom wheel, for me, they connect me to different seasons and times of year in the spiral of the wheel of the year. So as they inhabited Ireland, I believe, and many believe, that they are the ones that created and built many of the monuments that we know and visit today. I mentioned Newgrange, and also I'll talk about later the place where Áine is associated at Lough and the Grange stone circle. So I have this knowing, this feeling that that potentially was many of us as well that came in the obscure mist in the boats to inhabit Ireland and to encode our wisdom, our knowledge into the land, to encode the wisdom into the stones, into the rocks, the crystals, the underground caves, to sing the songs of these ancient lore into the water, to the trees, the air, the bogs. And over time, then the next inhabitants came. So before the Tuatha Danann, it said, were the Fir Bolg, and they came from the east with their bags of clay, and they came and helped clear the land and fertilize the land so that these traveling, shape-shifting tribes could settle and support themselves. And then the Tuatha Danann came along, and then the next inhabitants were the Fomorians. And because time isn't linear, like I see this as the spiral of this taking place. And they wanted to inhabit Ireland. So to reach an agreement rather than go to war and fight over the land, I mean, why would they do that? Let's do this in a peaceful means. The Tuatha Danann agreed that the next inhabitants of Ireland, actually the Malaysians also known as the Gaels, they could have Ireland, they could have the upper part of Ireland above ground, and the Tuatha Danann would take the below ground, below the ground. So that's what the mythology says, is that the Tuatha Danann then went underground so that the next inhabitants could be overground, above the ground in Ireland. So by that, for me, that really demonstrates that their wisdom is the land of Ireland. They are Ireland. So when we go there, when people arrive and place their feet on the soil, on the land, these remembrances simmer back up so that they are still alive, this ancient, wise tribe who some connect to the star beings as well, that they came from the stars and potentially Atlantis, Lemuria, these ancient civilizations. Their wisdom is still very much alive here. So when we connect with the Tuatha Danann, when we say their name and speak of them, we're remembering their songs and their wisdom. When we connect with Áine at this time of summer solstice, we're remembering all that she represents as this shape-shifting queen, fairy queen. As you so rightly said, the shape-shifting is a big part of this, of how we commune with the land. So that's the Tuatha Danann, and then Áine is one of them.
Wow, beautiful. And so you connect with her and with them on a personal level with your direct connection with the earth. And I'm curious, do you join together with others who share that connection, and how do you celebrate and connect with these ancient beings and energies?
Yeah, I love that. I love that question and that knowing. Yes, very much so. So I connect online through various programs that I offer or will offer in the future. I've offered in the past around walking the spiral of the Celtic Irish medicine wheel. So bringing people together in that way. Also through going to the land, so in the actually last year was no, this year, last year, I hosted my first retreat in Ireland, in Northern Ireland. And this year, in May, just gone, I hosted a retreat in Dingle, which is where in County Kerry, so it's the southwest of Ireland, where my mother is from. So really calling people in to connect, in particular with the mother line and the land. So yeah, that is the way I've been doing it. And online through, I like to write stories, and I'm writing a book about really about my love of Ireland and this spiral of birth, death, rebirth. And yeah, it is that invitation to come together and remember. Because there is a lot of information out there, and I've got a few of the books on the mythology of Ireland in particular that's been written down. And that's really beautiful. For me, that's been my portal, my way in to rediscovering these deities and feeling into which ones I most connect with at any time. And then I realize, wow, like Eimear with the six gifts of womanhood and her mythology, I realize I can connect in my way. I don't have to just regurgitate, and I'm not diminishing anyone who shares the stories of the myths, but I don't want to just share the stories as they have been written down because they want to be kept alive and they want my slant on it. They want your slant on it. And everyone listening, what's your take from this and what's your story that you now connect with? So yeah, that's how I do it on the land and like this over Zoom as well. And there is that, I really feel there is that yearning. I feel it within myself. I feel it when I connect with Ireland and my homeland. And I feel it when people come in and do connect, that there is this yearning to connect more deeply with our lineage. Because for Ireland, so many of us emigrated and were spread so far and wide around the world. So many people connect with this Irishness, this Celticness, this gold within us. And this yearning can really be satiated when we dream into these myths and these new myths that want to be born now.
I love that. And I love how you're saying there's that conscious intention for everyone to take these stories and make them their own, and find what they mean to us and also to tell them in our own sorts of ways. So that's such a beautiful aliveness that's coming through us and connecting us with our heritage. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
because we're always learning. We're always learning, and I love to hear someone else's slant or interpretation on a myth or a story. Oh wow, that's broadening my knowing as well.
mm, yes, that's how we all reflect and make sense of our world, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what wisdom does Anya wish to share for these Aquarian Renaissance times?
Oh, yes. So really, it is to remember our joy. Remember our joy and our youthfulness and our laughter. And I know that can be challenging. Oh, if you switch on the news or you're on social media or for any empathic person, you can feel the density of the times. And so Anya really invites us to rise above that, rise above it and not in a hierarchical way, just in a magical, shape-shifting way. And to remember really that you are so much more. We are so much more than this. I know people will know this listening, that it's reiterating that we're so much more than this earth and human body. And also to visualize, it's like she wants us to come to her place, to her home. So her place is in Limerick in the southwest of Ireland, and it's outside the main city of Limerick. So she's this beautiful connection to the water elemental. So Lough is her place where the water is so magical. So she invites us to remember the purity of when the water was and is and will be so pure and crystalline. Because her lake is actually horseshoe shaped. Hard to say. Don't know if that's been Irish. Horseshoe shaped. And so the connection to the horse and galloping around the lands on the horse and the horse's hooves awakening the energies in the lands. That's my horse impression, galloping along. And the water of Lough, so it's a lake, it's inland enclosed, and it's said to bubble up from these underground subterranean reservoirs. Took me a while to learn to learn that. So it's this water that has been held for eons. And then Mother Earth decides, I'm going to gift this to humanity now, this beautiful, pure water. So Áine and her energies, this is the mermaid energy to invite us to dive deep into these crystalline waters now and not to be afraid because there's so much support here now to help us to transmute our fears, to dive into the water, to face them, to turn towards them, and allow ourselves to be cleansed once again. So it's almost like a baptism, like it is a rebirth that she's inviting us to go through again. And when I connect with the mermaid aspect of Áine as the triple goddess, I see this clear, clear water that when you dive deep with your mermaid tail and remember this fluidity and flow, this is where the treasures, the true treasures, are waiting to be resurrected. And they potentially are, I feel for me, they are these treasures that we buried eons ago to keep safe for now because the energies are right and ripe now for us to reclaim these gifts and to bring them back online once again. So that's one aspect of Áine that she's inviting us to just now.
Wow, I love that. And the transcendental power of joy. And um, you know, I am holding the core intention for this summit that all the interviews help us transcend, evil and victimhood, and show us a way to a world of mutual reverence and regenerative relationship. And uh, interesting perspective I heard from someone. Uh, he said that the ancient word Messiah actually comes from a word that means joy. And so he was saying the vibration of joy is our savior. And it's if we can embody that, then that's our salvation from the evils of the world. Um, so
That is so beautiful.
that's something else that's a memory that's bubbling up. I don't know if that's actually etymologically accurate, but it's an interesting perspective and I find it useful.
Yes, and it is now. This is the new story that we're rewriting.
Mm.
So you've written it into reality, spoken it in. Yeah, and there was speaking of that joy, it does sometimes like countercultural is the word that comes to me. It can feel um almost like so I worked in corporate for 20 years and one of the reasons for leaving, I had this moment where I had stepped out of the training room after delivering another workshop and I felt like this parched, I'm even feeling it now, like this parched dolphin. And that I wanted to find, it's not that I'd lost my tribe, because I had beautiful colleagues where I worked, but I wanted to find my ancient and new tribe. So this dolphin, I'd been working and pushing myself, I had forgotten about the ocean from where I had come from. And this journey in the last 9 years has been reconnecting with that ocean of possibility and the joy. So when we think of dolphins and these beings, they bring so much joy to people. And that's Áine as well. That's that energy. Even her name, awe, awe. She's so full of awe when she asks us to really reclaim because it's summer solstice, reclaim our sun. And that could be the divine masculine sun and the divinity of the golden sun that shines down upon us. So let's stand in the spotlight of our own becoming. Remember the joy, remember our mer made being. Yeah. So the dolphins, I felt, wanted to come in there too to be part of the joy.
Ah, that's the connection that just occurred to me when you said myrrh, is that mirth is this
Mm.
joyful experience. And it's something that's always available to us. It's just like, I just remember to take a drink of water. I've got some. Right when you were saying you felt like a parched dolphin.
Yeah,
And
I was really feeling it.
yeah, it's about, I mean, it's important that we remember, right, to actually help ourselves to this feeling which is available, this reconnection of the wonder of life and the awe and and you know the joy and um, the spirit of discovery, I would say, for
Yeah,
me, as I've been an explorer and I have so many um, curious wonderings when you mention about this Loch Gur,
yeah,
and to me it sounds like a locker, right? Like when you were saying the treasure, it's like it's like almost shaped like maybe like a lock.
yes, yes.
So
And
it's
Anya's handing us the key. Like, here's
mm,
the key now to unlock the locker or the treasure chest.
wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. And um, I don't know if you would be open to kind of maybe guiding us into a little bit of a uh, more of a kind of a meditative space for a moment to really receive this. That would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What a gorgeous idea. Yeah. So yeah, if you get even more comfortable where you are and feel your feet connected to the earth beneath you, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. And imagining roots now unfurling from the soles of your feet. And they make their way down, 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 in to the soil, into the earth beneath you, connecting to the underground rivers and caves, the crystals, the beings that reside beneath the earth, the gold that is waiting for you to reclaim. And imagine these roots making their way to the core of the earth and connecting with the energies that are there for you, of a particular frequency and energy for now. And notice what's flowing through you, your body, in this moment as you connect so deeply, so divinely. And also bringing the attention to the crown of your head so that you too may connect your cosmic roots to the sky above you and the stars, planets, the cosmos, and to the star beings who are beaming down their support for you right now. And from this place of connection, cosmic roots, earthen roots, and you, I invite you to imagine that you are in the most sacred space in nature, a place where you go to in reality, in your mind's eye. It is all reality, anyhow. And from this space, you may already have guides that come in to support you for safe passage in this journey as a portal opens up, fringed with gold of the highest, noblest vibration. And you can see the light on the other side as you're asked to step through this portal when you're ready. For on the other side is the magical land of Eru, Ireland. vibrant green, pure crystalline white, Celtic gold, alive with possibility. And your guide comes forth as Áine's red mare, her horse, that bows his head before you in reverence to you and your journey onwards. And if it feels right for you, you may hop atop this beautiful red mare and gallop, gallop, gallop through the land of Eru, allowing your hair to flow freely, remembering your wildness and this sense of utter freedom as the air kisses and touches your body. And you smell the smells of the land, this earthiness that is her. And after a while, you are brought to the edge, to this threshold space that is Lough, this horseshoe-shaped lake with this magical hue above it. And you step off the red mare, thanking him. And there before you is Áine. Áine in her fairy queen form, so full of light and brightness and mischievousness. She beckons you forth, inviting you to dip your toe into the crystalline waters of Lough. And you also place your hand in and scoop up some water to have a drink after your long, long journey, eons. It has been since you have returned to these sacred lands. And Áine beckons you forth to step in a little deeper into these waters. And as you do so, you notice that you are shape-shifting. You are becoming a mermaid. You are shape-shifting into a mer being. And you realize you can dive deep and deeper again into this lake that is oh so magical. And you follow Áine, who is in her mermaid form as well, diving deep. And there it is, the treasure chest, where you placed your gifts eons ago, held safe and sacred, secret until now. And Áine hands you the key. And if it feels right for you, if this feels like the right time for you, then you may unlock the box. This beautiful, glistening box of treasures. And to retrieve what is yours now to retrieve. Take a moment to notice what that is or could be for you. And allow the memories to return from now on as they bubble up within you. For there is more to this adventure, and Áine beckons you forth. For another treasure lies within this Lough Gur, this crystalline lake. And it is the entrance, another portal, to Tír na nÓg, the land of the forever young. And you have the ability to swim through this portal to Tír na nÓg, for this is the other world. And in this place, it is a place of remembrance of the eternal nature of your soul and of the purity of you that is being reclaimed now as more gifts from the land of Eru to you, so that you may speak and live in purity, in joy and sovereignty. And from Tír na nÓg, you shapeshift into your fairy being form and make your way to the cave of the echoes on the edge of Lough Gur. And from this cave, this crystalline cave, you allow more memories to return. And perhaps it's your song you may wish to sing or sound, to know these frequencies once again. And you see light up ahead. And it's the exit from the cave of echoes. For Áine has one final surprise up her mermaid fairy queen sleeves. And she invites you to step back onto your horse, and together you ride around the perimeter of Lough Gur to make your way to the stone circle. And you see the stones rising up before you. And you remember some more of how you and others carefully, diligently placed these stones here on the land of Eru, on the edge of Lough Gur, on this threshold point, to connect with the energies of these lands. And this stone circle, 113 stones of different sizes and shapes and frequencies. Remember these as the story keepers that they are. And Áine invites you to enter her circle that is aligned to the rising summer solstice sun. And as you walk up the narrow entranceway, you step inside the stone circle to connect with these immense energies. And you can take all the time you need here in this circle, as Áine invites you to step into the center, find the center point, where all the spokes of the wheel radiate out and to set the intention to fully reclaim your gifts, your sovereignty, and your joy as the rising summer solstice sun shines down upon you, his frequency of gold, pure, untarnished, noble, royal gold. And in this place, Áine invites you to skip about like the fairy queen that you are in joy, in fun and laughter, and to connect with whatever stones you feel drawn to commune in sacredness now. And as the wheel of the year turns, each one of the 113 stones offers you guidance and energetic support, like a vortex of energy that swirls and twirls, and another portal to step through when you're ready. And for now, Áine invites you to hop up onto the horse again and ride with her for one final lap of the lake of Lough, thanking Áine, thanking Red Mare, thanking the land of Éire, Ireland, and the sacredness of Lough and the Grange stone circle. For you are activated now, and know that the memories will continue to bubble and arise naturally, organically, easily. As you step back through the portal from whence you came, back to your place in nature. And you may wish to take some time here to be with the energies, to be with yourself. And maybe you want to write, free write, draw, or speak aloud what unfurled for you on this magical journey filled with Driocht, the magic of Ireland. For the emerald crystalline heart of Éire welcomes you home now. And when you're ready, you can bring some movement to your fingers, to your toes, and stretch out if you wish. Coming back, drawing up your earthen roots, your cosmic roots, and coming back to this human form, in this existence, in this life now, to this event with your wonderful host, Keegan.
Wow, what a spectacular adventure. Thank you so much for guiding us through that. Wow.
You're so welcome. There was a lot going on there.
One amazing place to the next. And for those who are able to really take the space to drop in a real testament to the reality of our imagination. And I know that I will certainly like to return to that and listen again. It's so so precious, and really thank you for guiding us.
You're so welcome. Yeah. And thank you to Áine and thank you for asking to to go there and do that. It's so perfect.
Yay. So enjoy your treasures, everybody.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
that I will be.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting what emerges for people.
Mm. Yeah, I would love to hear. If anyone wants to share afterwards, you can reach out. And um, where can people be in touch with you? And is other things you'd like to share going forward? People can continue discovering the magic that is Ireland, the magic that is Eimear.
Yes. Yes. So people can connect with me on my website. It's the Irish Wisdom School or Irish Wisdom School, all one word.com. On YouTube as well, which is also Irish Wisdom School. And yeah, so you can connect through signing up to my mailing list. And I generally run separate events to celebrate the seasons of the year. So the next one coming up will be summer solstice and events. I've got a course that's been bubbling for a while around really helping people connect with the land of Ireland in the way that she wishes to. So you can hear more about that if you sign up to my mailing list. And as and when I tend to work quite organically, so it's as and when the energy is there. And definitely, if people want to retreat with me, I will be hosting more retreats to Ireland, most likely next year now. So that's something else to place into the cauldron of possibilities. Yeah. And I also offer coaching if people want to connect one-on-one to support you with your ascension and whatever is going on in your life.
Wow, really remarkable how you're kind of a beacon for the, like you said, the scattered, uh, you know, people have gone their various ways through their family lines across the world and still have this connection that is available to be explored and rediscovered back to the magical land of Ireland and to these ancient roots, to these ancient ways and beings that have gifts and remembrance to offer us. So uh, it's a real celebration and an honor and delight to share the adventure of discovery with you and with all of you watching.
Yes, yes, likewise. And the healing that so naturally happens through that connection.
Mm,
Yeah, and thank you for hosting this magical event. There's a real power, a magical power to your presence as well and what you're bringing through. So thank you as well.
mm. Ah, yes, I know when I opened up this box, I found um, this raiment. I was almost reminded of the mithril in the Lord of the Rings. This was like the ultralight, uh, but very hard. Like, I don't know, I think of like some kind of like the armor of God, like this powerful thing to dress in. And uh, that was one of the gifts that appeared to me. And uh, yeah, I'm sure if I go again, there's more to discover. So,
That's amazing. How magical. Wow.
mm,
Yeah. And strong, as you say, that strength. Njarth in Irish, Njarth is like this strength, this life force energy
mm,
coming back online.
mm. Well, may we all take into our being this Njarth and go forward with that strength and of the remembrance of who we are and the connection with this ancient heritage of our potential of of the light and of the darkness too. Yeah.
Yes.
So, is there anything else you'd like to share as we come to the end of our conversation?
What's what's alive for me now, when you mentioned the bridge earlier, it was coming back to that we really are the bridge walkers. We really are, as the torch holders, walking this bridge, being the bridge between where we are now to where we are going, you know. So yeah, that's really important. And Bridget is another goddess of Ireland who is the bridge as well. So they're all here. We all are these bridge walkers together. We're all in this together,
Mm.
supporting.
And so I don't think we mentioned yet, you have also a gift to share with the viewers of this event. Do you want to share about that?
Yes, yes. So it's a free gift that it came to me a while ago around this knowing that many of us were here to build these sites, these ancient sites, whether it's Ireland or elsewhere. And for me, I've got this, as well as Lough and the Grange Stone Circle, I feel this really deep connection to New Grange, which I know many people will know. And she on Vrue is her Irish name, and it's the fairy mound, this womb tomb place of pure magic. So the free gift is to invite people to join me and others in building New Grange. So I take you on this meditation journey similar to what you experienced just there. And it is sourcing the stones, deciding on the place, on the ley lines, and the power of the land, and then creating this amazing portal structure that has been um, renovated and brought back to her magical glory now for people to continue to connect to. So that's a meditation journey to another part of Ireland, in Ireland's ancient east, in
Mm,
Newgrange.
that sounds delightful. I've actually been to Newgrange and seen the inside, this amazingly constructed place. And is it in the solstice or is it the equinox?
It's
There's
winter
in
solstice.
the winter solstice, when the sun rises, a beam of light comes perfectly into the center of this womb space, and it's super magical.
Pure magic, which really is. So we're talking about Áine and the summer solstice, and then the winter solstice is the opposite, which it will be coming into in certain parts in the southern hemisphere. So it's a very, very magical place and amazing. It has survived intact. Not a drop of water has come in the. It's dated 5,000 years. Some believe it's even more ancient than that. Yeah. So you get to build it and be part of that again and remember more of your gifts.
What an opportunity. And I love how it's giving us agency as a contributor. That's that's also more empowering. And so I hope everyone will enjoy discovering that other journey, which will be, available on the same page, on the speaker page of this summit. So happy building, happy imaginings, and happy integrating of more of your uh, beautiful ancient self. So thank you so much, Eimear, and wish you a wonderful summer solstice coming up, and lots of love to you. So much gratitude as well for being here
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank you. And same to you, Keegan. It's wonderful to meet you.
Yay. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in and look forward to connecting again soon. Lots of love.